Hello, welcome to KAJOS Consultants. I'm your host, Joshua, and today our topic will be how to handle data from Excel to SPSS. Remember, Excel data types are always in form of XLS, XLSX, and XLSM. And our SPSS data types is always in form of SAV. So before we do anything, what you need to do first is to go where your SPSS software is. Click on the SPSS. As we are here for our case, our SPSS is here. So you will open your SPSS software. Once you open the SPSS software, you will see the SPSS interface appear with everything as it is indicated here. So as always, you have the data view and you have the variable view. So variable view side is where all the variables are computed, and the data view is where the data we do enter our data. So for this case, we already have our Excel data. So you will also open where your Excel data is. And for our case here, we have our Excel data already available. And this Excel data that we have is for a certain intervention that is just a boss or that was undertaken in a certain village. And we have also the villages listed there. We have the maize harvested for that particular individual from different village. And also we have the amount used at household level. So for example, someone might have harvested 600 kilograms of maize. They used 150, which means to get the remaining amount of maize, we take their total amount harvested. Here, this is 600, we subtract. Amount used, we subtract from the amount harvested, and here we'll get the amount that remained that was now sold. So for this case, for a farmer who harvested 600 kilograms of maize and sold 150 kilograms, the amount remained to be sold is 450, and the rate at which each kg was sold here, it was here uniform or throughout the villages, it was 100 shillings per kilogram. And so to get the average or to get the total income from the amount of maize which was sold, we'll take the amount, the rate, and we multiply by the amount of maize that was harvested. So for our case one here, we have 450 remaining, we multiply by 100, we get 45,000. So that is the exact, these are our Excel data read. And if I may just take you throughout the entire data, we have a total number of farmers who was reached by the project in place was 117. So this is our data set reading 117 beneficiaries drawn from different villages. The villages in total, we have the Gogo, we have Lunda as our second one, Nyando as the third village, and Mundera as the fourth village. So this is the data which we now want to transfer from, it is now in Excel format, and we now want to transfer it or to import it to SPSS. So we'll come back to where our SPSS software is. These are now our SPSS. So to import this data from Excel to SPSS, what you need to do is to click on the file. You can see where the file is. I will take you through different, we have two ways of doing this. File, then we'll click on, take your cursor to where it is, to the icon where we have the open. At the open menu, another menu will be displayed where we have the data, you have the syntax, you have the output, and you have the script. So for this case, we'll open on data because it's the data which we now want to import. So a certain dialog box, the dialog box here will appear. And in the dialog box, you can see where we have, just look at where my cursor is, where it is written look in. At the look in part, you have the different folders. So for our case here, our data, the data that we intend to use is saved at the desktop. So you have to click on the desktop. But for this case, you cannot see, you realize that we don't have any data. That is in Excel format. So what will we need to change? We will come down here. We have where it is written files of type. So on the files of type, you can see written SPSS statistics SAV. And when you are beginning this video, I told you that the Excel data type or data format is always in form of XLS, XLSX, or XLSM. So we'll click here the drop-down menu here, just where the files of type is. When you click on the drop-down menu, we'll have several options will appear here. So for our case, we'll pick Excel, XLS, XLSX, or XLSM format, because the data that we want to transfer or to import here is in form of Excel. So we click on that, and all the data types that is in Excel format will be displayed where for the folder that we selected. Remember here we selected the folder of the desktop because it is at the desktop where we saved our data. And the data we are using for this case is called maize data. And you can see it is already in the form of XLSX format. So that is where the file name will appear, and also the files of type, you can see how it is appearing. So for that case, we now proceed and click on open. To open the data, we'll give it some time to load the data, and we'll see the worksheet is already given there. Then once we are at this stage, what we'll be required to click is OK. So it is not the OK section where we now, once you click on the OK, we'll now verify if all the data is transferred or is imported. The data are imported successfully. So here we will have the variable. We can check on the variable view, and we will see all the variable that we had. We had the villages, we have the maize harvested, amount used, amount of harvest that was we have used, the amount of harvest. They have the rate, the rate at which they were sold, and you have the average income which was obtained from the maize. So the data type, you can see the data type. We have all the data types here. The data type for this case, this was imported as a string, but not for string data. We are always limited on the type of analysis that we'll use. So I'll also tell you how that one can also play out. So for this case, we have all the data types that are indicated there. You have the width, width always indicate the number of characters that you will need to type at the data view side. Then you have the decimals. All our values are to 0 decimal place, so we have no decimal place. So label, if you like, can still type here as a village. Villages, values, can just leave it the way it is. Missing, you have no missing value at this point. Columns have also been displayed the way they are there. So if we come up to data view, we'll find all the data. On check if all the data the way they were in the Excel sheet is the way they are here. So another way we can also do this data, we can also transfer this data is by creating and open a new blank sheet. So when you click on to create a new blank sheet, simply come to where it is written file, then new. At the new part, we'll find the data, click on data, a blank working sheet or worksheet will be created here. So if you want to import the Excel data, again, there's another way you can do it. Simply come on where it is where we have the menu bar here, we have data, click on data, then take your cursor downwards up to where we have, where it is written, add cases. Merge files, then we add cases. So here we click on add cases, open data file. After the open data file section, we'll still repeat the same. We have our values or our data saved at the desktop section. So just as I indicated earlier, come to files of types, change this SAV to Excel, XLS, data type. Then click on open, maze, then click on open, then you have OK. So the same thing will still display. So this is what we have. This is how you can simply transfer your data or import the Excel data to SPSS. Thank you very much for watching this video. Always remember to subscribe using the subscription icon below. Thank you very much for watching.